pretty much where Ernie's at here.
Big flop for Forrest. Queen, king, 10, 2 clubs.
He's got a pair of kings, top pair, and a flush draw. He knows Ernie has a strong hand, but this hand might be too difficult for Ted Forrest to get away from, and he's raising.
All in.
And Ernie Durak just went all in, and Ted Forrest says, my worst fears are confirmed. How much is it?
36 even.
I don't see how Ted Forrest can get away from this. He's just hoping that Ernie Durak didn't flop 3 queens here. He'd be very happy at this point to know that Ernie has aces, because as you see, it's pretty even. And there he goes.
He calls.
He's going to be kind of happy when he sees the aces. That's what he was hoping for. He can win with a king, a 5, or a club.
Ernie's wife, Wendy Durak, watching the proceedings. She was at Pure last night with Ernie. The turn. 7 of hearts.
No help for Ted Forrest. So on this card, he will win the match if he catches a king, a club, or a 5. Otherwise, Ernie Durak will double up.
Put up the last card, please.
The river.
8 hearts.
9 of diamonds, and Ernie Durak does double up.
I think Ernie could be the next guy to do a Quaker Oats commercial. What do you think? When Wilford Brimley retires, we're going to put Ernie right in there.
The Cinderella of the tournament has taken nearly a 3-1 lead over Ted Forrest. Ernie Durak's improbable success continues. The blackjack player proves he is worthy on the poker table at Caesars. In the first round, he defeated Scotty Wynn to move on. As an underdog in the second round, he bankrupted .com millionaire Paul Phillips to move on to the round of 16. Ernie brought his family down from British Columbia, and it looks like he wants to stick around for a while. Forrest on ace-10 here.
He's going to raise to 6,000. Ted needs some chips in a hurry.
Oh, aces again for Durak. He goes all in.
This time he did it fast and in one succinct move. And Ted Forrest has got to decide here. He wants to put his tournament life on the line with ace-10 offsuit. He knows Ernie would not be raising with nothing here, but he calls. And Ted Forrest is going to need a lot of help.
Again with the bullets. Ernie Durak can barely contain himself. He looks calm, but he's going crazy inside right now.
He's about to beat his 3rd major poker player. This is incredible.
Flop is 4 queen tray.
Ted Forrest has the ace of hearts. He would win with 2 hearts or 2 tens.
No hearts. Clubs, clubs.
Turn, a deuce of diamonds.
Well, now they would split the pot if a 5 came up. That is Ted Forrest's only out.
Any other card, and Ernie Durak pulls off another enormous upset. 5 of clubs! And Ted Forrest survives Durak's pocket aces. What's a qualifier have to do here?
That was the biggest suck out of the tournament. Ernie Durak had Ted Forrest dead to a 5 for a split, and Ted Forrest caught it. All the other big-time players will tell you that Ted Forrest has a knack for catching the right card at the right time, and that was certainly an example of it.
Okay. So 2 each.
Ted Forrest is showing a lot of unusual emotion. The guys from Card Player were about to write up the story. Ernie Durak beats his 3rd name opponent. They're going to have to wait a while now.
Couple of amazing hands by Ernie Durak with pocket aces. Here with King Jack offsuit, and he calls. Suited ace-7 for Forrest.
Ted puts in a small raise, makes it 3,000 in case he flops something. Wants to have some money in there. Get Ernie committed to the pot.
And Forrest does flop something. 10-jack tray, a flush draw for Forrest with 2 diamonds.
And Ernie Durak has flopped top pair with a king kicker, and he goes all in. I think Ted is pretty confident here about what Ernie has.
All right, I call. Okay.
He calls.
He calls. He knows he's going to win with an ace or a diamond, and he's willing to gamble here. It was a great play on the part of Ernie Durak. He's playing with a great player. He's got top pair, and he went in at the right time. He's a 57% favorite to knock Ted Forrest out of the tournament.
Ernie Durak will try it again.
No diamonds.
It's the
Queen of diamonds. Forrest makes his flush, wins the hand, doubles up, and pulls nearly even in the match.
Once again, Ted Forrest displays his ability to catch the right card at the right time. In the last hand, when he caught that 5 for the split, that could have been the turnaround in this match. Everything is pretty close to even right now.
This has really been some battle with experience levels contrasting in a big way. Pocket aces for Durak earlier. He moves all in.
Ted Forrest had a call. He had the kings in the flush draw. Ernie won that hand.
And Ernie pulls pocket aces again in the very next hand. Tries it again, moves all in, but this time Forrest survives with the chop pot pulling the 5.
Miracle.
And then more recently, Durak all in once more.
And again, Ernie had the best of it. 57% favorite, but it didn't work out. Ted Forrest caught the queen of diamonds, and now we're pretty much back to where we started.
It swings fast in heads up. Welcome back to the National Heads Up Poker Championship from the home of champions, Caesars Palace, the world-famous resort and casino located in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. Back to our featured table, Daniel Negreanu and TJ Cloutier, and when we left, TJ had a slight disadvantage to Daniel. He now trails Daniel 36,000 to 124,000 in chips.
TJ calls with 9-7 offsuit, and Daniel lets it go with 9-6 of spades.
Flop is ace-7-10.
Daniel flopped a huge draw and checked. He's got an inside straight draw and a flush draw. TJ with a pair of 7s bet, and Daniel's going to put them all in, and TJ calls immediately with a pair of 7s. Says, enough of this, whippersnapper. You ain't getting me out of this hand.
He's got to put Daniel on a bluff here.
I do have the...
Well, he puts Daniel on a draw, and he's right. But Daniel's got a big draw. Daniel would win with a spade or an 8
or a spade. So I thought the
and eliminate TJ. A 9's not going to do him any good because TJ also has a 9.
Okay.
Spade or an 8.
The 9 is an out too. Oh well.
It's all part of the game, Daniel.
Here we go.
Turn is a 5 of diamonds.
Oh, I still need an 8. No.
Daniel says he needs an 8, but I think he would accept the pot if a spade came up here also. I don't think he would turn it down.
River's an ace of clubs, and that means TJ Cloutier wins the pot.
TJ Cloutier showed a lot of heart there. He called with bottom pair, and he doubled up.
To one of our outer tables now, where big-time cash game player David Gray squares off against Sean Chacon.
By the third day of a tournament, David Gray always looks like he ate some bad shrimp the night before.
Sean Chacon hasn't been on the scene for long, but Shiki has already established himself as one of the game's brashest personalities.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I am who I am, and that's just me.
She got all the heart in the world, bro. Give me that money.
The situation that between me and Mike Manasseh last year that wasn't scripted.
What did you say, Mike? Did you say something, Mike? Oh, you don't get a penalty for that?
Things happen during the game where, things could escalate, but after all said and done, we both play poker.
Gangsta.